The Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association presents Matinee Madness. Matinee Madness is presented by the Ohio State University Veterinary Medical Center and Eldorado Scioto Downs. Hello again, everyone, and welcome to Fayette County and Washington Courthouse, Ohio, as we get set for our second Matinee Madness of the year. I'm Frank Froz, along with Susan Schroeder, and we got 10 races today from the Fayette County Fairgrounds. Susan?
Great group of horses here, a lot of young horses, 39 of them all together, 14 trainers bringing these horses to the track. And it should be a great day of racing.
We've got 7 races that'll feature just pacers, 1 that'll feature just trotters, and 2 that'll have both in it.
The double-gated races. Yeah, I always love those. We also got 10 Fear the Dragons in today, so about 25% or about a quarter of the horses that are in today are by Fear the Dragon.
And one of the races, in fact, is you have to have a Fear the Dragon sire to be in that race, so that'll be interesting. We'll talk a little bit more about that. We'll get set to go when we come back after these messages.
Racing is back at Eldorado Scioto Downs. Catch the excitement all summer long. Live racing every Tuesday through Saturday afternoon. First post time is 3:15. Mark your calendar to see the future stars with the $150,000 Next Generation July 4th. 2-year-old trotters and pacers begin their careers in the Next Generation. Horse players earn points with a new Caesars Reward program. Eldorado Scioto Downs. Live racing is back.
Athletes, they come in all shapes and sizes. They catch, they leap, they run. Some athletes even come with 4 legs and paws and hooves. When these beloved family members need care, remember the Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center. Ohio State experts wrote the book on exceptional animal care and know how to get our best friends back on their feet. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center.
Welcome back to the Fayette County Fairgrounds and today's Matinee on the backstretch, and with Brett Schwartz. Brett, first off, a lot of rain last night. You had to be wondering if we were even going to race today.
Yeah, we got quite a bit of rain last night, but this track takes quite a bit of rain, so it should be in pretty good shape.
I've seen the horsemen out there doing what they always do when they check a track. They go out, tip their toes in it a couple times, but everything looks like it's going to be okay.
Yeah, everything looks fine.
Talk about the matinees and why you guys do these matinees and how helpful it is to you as a trainer to get your young 2-year-olds out there.
Well, here on the grounds, it's just the benefit with diesel price the way it is today. We can get we get about 30 colts here on the grounds. We can just gate school them here and basically matinee and go right on with 3 horse fields and just give them experience and with other horses besides your stable mates. So it works out pretty good.
How important is it to get them on the track with other horses instead of the ones they're familiar with, getting a little dirt kicked up in their face and giving them actual racing conditions?
I think it's more the better. Like to get more than 4, but everybody likes just a 4-horse field starting out. More experience they get, the better they are. And like I said, we just go right out our door and we're right here for the experience. So not much traveling right now.
How many horses you got in your barn? How many 2-year-olds?
We got 27 and 12 2-year-olds. 10 of them functioning right now. 2 of them's on the shelf a little bit. So,
training-wise, they where you want them to be?
Yeah, they're okay. We're pretty much on schedule. Maybe a week or so ahead of schedule. So I'm not worried about anything. If they're fast enough, they'll be fine.
Can you tip your hand a little bit? Anybody special in the barn?
Nah, they're all about okay. I got a couple I like, but we'll wait and see. I'm not going to put a jinx on anybody.
Well, thank you. And, hey, hopefully we have a good matinee today.
All right, well, thanks. I appreciate you guys coming, and hopefully have a good and safe day.
Let's send it back over to Susan.
Okay, the first race at the Fayette County Harness Horsemen's Association Spring Matinee today is a 2:15 time bar. There are 4 horses in it. These are all pacers. First horse is More the Merrier. Will be driven by Charles Bolin. This is the only filly in the race by Western Vintage. Number 2 horse is Perfect High by Nob Hill High. Scott Sisko will drive. The 3 horse, Fear the Fire, trainer Brett Schwartz and driver Tyler Smith. And the 4 horse, Cruisin' to Mount Carmel. Again, the trainer is Brett Schwartz and the driver will be Trevor Smith. 3 of these horses were sold at public auction and as a yearling. The 1 horse, More the Merrier, sold at the Ohio Select Sale for $8,000. And the mare of this colt has had 15 foals since 2003, so she is quite a prolific breeding mare. Richest and fastest was Lemon Blue Chip, who had a mark of 50-1 and made $960,000. The 2 horse is a homebred horse, Perfect High. The 3, Fear the Fire, sold at the Ohio Select Sale for $8,000, and that mare has 3 foals of racing age. And the 4 horse sold at the Ohio Select Sale for $15,000. That is Cruisin' to Mount Carmel. So let's pick up the action in the first.
Do the half in 1:06. Tyler Smith and Fear the Fire still on the lead. In second, it's More the Merrier and Charles Boland. Scott Cisco and Perfect High is third, and trailing the field is Cruising to Mount Carmel and Trevor Smith. They head to the back stretch. It's still Fear the Fire by a length over More the Merrier. They head to the 3/4 mark. It's still Fear the Fire in the lead. More the Merrier is second. Scott Cisco and Perfect High in third. Cruising to Mount Carmel can see them all. 3/4 in 1:40 as they head to the final turn. More the Merrier trying to challenge on the outside, pulls alongside. Tyler Smith takes a peek. Fear the Fire digs in as the 2 hit the top of the stretch side by side. They've now opened up about a 10-length gap as they head down the final stretch. It's Fear the Fire, More the Merrier. Fear the Fire, More the Merrier. At the wire, it's Fear the Fire. Race 1 is in the books, and your winner was Fear the Fire. Second place was More the Merrier. Third was Perfect High, and fourth was Cruising to Mount Carmel. And a very familiar name was in the bike. If you go to the pari-mutuel tracks, Tyler Smith drove Fear the Fire in that first race.
Yeah, and he cut the mile, but that colt, Fear the Fire, looked well in hand even at the finish. He just looked strong. More the Merrier, the 1 horse, did tip out to the outside around the final turn, but didn't quite have enough to catch Fear the Fire. The mile went in 34 seconds, 1:06, 1:40, and 2:10.
Now, the times that we're giving you are not going to be that accurate. It's being timed from the speed office, which is down in the first and second turn, because the grandstand is under construction. They're putting a new roof on it, and they're waiting to get some truss parts in here to make it where people could be back up in the stands. But the judges stand, the photo finish are no longer here right now with the construction. So that's the first race. Let's take a look at the second race. Again, 4 to go. This is our lone trot that we only have trotters in this race. The number 1 is Stand Up Man. Trevor Smith will drive. The number 2 is Doc's Boo Boo. Scott Cisco will be in the bike. Solferino will be the 3 with Tyler Smith driving, and the number 4, Seth Going, with Charles Boland driving.
Something interesting about this race is that the 2 horse Doc's Boo Boo is by Down by the Seaside, which we all, of course, know, Sire's Pacers. But the mare herself, DW's Jasmine, was a trotter. She made a mark of 56, made $168,000. She produced a deep chip, then this Boo Boo, and then bred back to trotter Sebastian K.S. So we heard that it was just kind of one of those things that happen.
I had a chance to talk with trainer Mark Winters before, and he talked about this young filly, and he feels it's 90% what the mare is, the gait of the mare, and the mare is a trotter, so he thinks he's not going to have any problems with it, and he really likes this filly. So let's pick up the action in race 2.
Up the backside and race on over to the opening quarter. Solferino leads it by 3.5. Racing second is Doc's Boo Boo. Third, Stand Up Man. Neth Going trails the field. Fourth, as they race by the opening quarter, they move into the turn and head to the 3/8. Solferino takes them by the quarter and even 36 seconds. Racing second around the turn, Stand Up Man. Doc's Boo Boo is third. Neth Going is fourth. Around the turn, passing the stands first time. Coming over the halfway point. Solferino the leader by 5 lengths. Stand Up Man second. Doc's Boo Boo third. Neth Going trails the field fourth. At the half and all stride, the leader Solferino jumps it off. Moving through, Stand Up Man, the new leader. Doc's Boo Boo is second. Third, Neth Going. Solferino now trails at the half in 1:10 10 2/5 on the 5/8 they go. Stand Up Man with the lead. Ducks Boo Boo right there second. Neth going is third. Solferino trails the field. Down the backside they go. It's Stand Up Man out and on the move. Here comes Ducks Boo Boo now second. Neth going is third. Solferino trails the field fourth as they race into the far turn. Ducks Boo Boo and Scott Cisco, the Bay filly by Down by the Seaside, has taken the lead and opens up. Stand Up Man is second. Neth going is third. Solferino trails 3/4, 136 and 2. They're at the top of the stretch with less than an eighth of a mile to trot. Ducks Boo Boo, Stand Up Man through the lane, coming to the wire. It is Ducks Boo Boo. Stand Up Man second.
Race 2 is in the books, and it looks like the pacer can also sire a trotter Down by the Seaside. You know, maybe now we'll see some more trotters being sired by Down by the Seaside, as Ducks Boo Boo was the winner. Stand Up Man was second. Solferino, who had the lead and overcame a break, finished third, and Neth Going finished fourth.
Yes, and that Ducks Boo Boo took charge up the backside. I mean, he made an impressive move and just zoomed right by. Quarter in 36, half in 1:10 and 2, 1:36 and 2, and mile in 2:16 and 3.
2 of the 10 are in the books. We'll head now to the third after this break.
Racing is back at Eldorado Scioto Downs. Catch the excitement all summer long. Live racing every Tuesday through Saturday afternoon. First post time is 3:15. Mark your calendar to see the future stars with a $150,000 Next Generation July 4th. 2-year-old trotters and pacers begin their careers in the next generation. Horse players earn points with a new Caesars Reward program. Eldorado Scioto Downs, live racing is back.
Welcome back to the Fayette County Fairgrounds for today's matinee. The Fayette County Fair is part of the Ohio Colt Racing Association, and earlier today, Susan had a chance to catch up with the Secretary-Treasurer of the OCRA, Lisa Schwartz.
Okay, we are here today at the Fayette County Fairgrounds for the matinee, and we're meeting up with Lisa Schwartz, who is Secretary-Treasurer of the Ohio Colt Racing Association. Can you tell us how nominations went, how the fairs are going to go this summer?
Sure. We have 19 fairs in our circuit. Basically, it runs all up and down the I-75 corridor and then makes an L shape over to Lancaster. We start in June at Pickaway County and end up in October at Lancaster. We basically got the same number of nominations. You know, things will be up a little bit. Say the Philly Pacers are up a little bit and the Colt Trotters are down a little bit, but for the most part, pretty consistent across the board. Looking for a great season. We've got purses going up a little bit through a couple of things. Department of Agriculture money is up quite a bit because we're coming off the pandemic, and so live betting at the racetracks helped that. OHHA boosted the base purse a little bit, so we're looking for a great season, plenty of horses. One other thing that we do is the partial stake at Greenville. Partial stake is an open stake, but when it comes right down to the race, it's pretty geographic. So that total purses for the partial are probably going to be right below $100,000 altogether. Right now, with the sustaining payments, I'm looking at about $98,500 estimated. So we're really looking for a great night of racing, August the 25th at Greenville.
That sounds absolutely great. We hear a lot about the supply chain shortage and everything. How did that affect you this year?
All right, so we ordered a brand new set of saddle pads in the raceway colors, 1 red, 2 blue, 3 white. They are sitting completed at the tack shop, but they can't get any snaps for them.
Hey, well, we're looking forward to a great day. I think the weather's supposed to clear about noon, so hopefully we'll have a wonderful day racing.
Yep, it's going to be a little humid. Gonna have a bad hair day, but it'll be a lot of fun.
We don't mind bad hair days.
Nope. With the flow.
Yeah. That's it from the backside of the Fayette County Fairgrounds.
Thanks, Susan. This will be a 2-minute and 10-second time bar for the pace. The number 1, Just Enough Stuff, is a PA bred by Always Be Mickey. Number 2, Dragon Attack, is by Fear the Dragon. Number 3, Timeless Sport, also a Fear the Dragon. And number 4, Your Life and Mine, is by Racing Hill. As I said, the number 1 is PA sired by Always Be Mickey. Number 2 is A Shell I Attack mare, 5 foals. The number 1 was Rock and Roll Shell. The best had a time of 1:53 and 2. Number 3, the mare is Bad Feeling. Has a mark of 151 and 3 and earned $142,000. Has had 4 foals, 3 of those of racing age. And the number 4, the mare for Your Life in Mine, Bet Your Life, 12 foals. The best and richest and fastest is Ronnie Bugatti, who had a mark of 150 and 2 and earned $766,000. Let's pick up the action for race number 3.
Headed to the 5/8, Dragon Attack, Tyler Smith, take the field of Pacers, pass the half in 107 and 3/5 and have a 2-length lead as they head up the backside. Just Enough Stuff second, Your Life and Mine third, Timeless Sport trails fourth, midpoint of the backside, the one to catch, Dragon Attack, who leads Just Enough Stuff by 2, then it's 2 back to Your Life and Mine third, Timeless Sport trails the field, they're into the far turn, and Dragon Attack has a 2-length lead into the turn. Just Enough Stuff is second, 3/4, 139 and 3. Out and on the move. Timeless Sport is third. Your Life and Mine is fourth. They're off the turn. They're on their way home. It's Dragon Attack. Just Enough Stuff coming after the leader on the outside. Dragon Attack. Just Enough Stuff on the outside. Dragon Attack will hang on.
The third race is in the books, and the winner was number 2, Dragon Attack. Tyler Smith picking up his second win of the day. Second went to Just Enough Stuff, with Timeless Sport finishing third, and Your Life and Mine finished fourth.
Fractions for that race 3 were 35 and 2, 107 and 3, 139 and 3, and 207. So that is a last half under a minute. Really nice race for this Dragon Attack, the Fear the Dragon colt.
And as we said, these times are unofficial because the timer is down between the first and second turn because there is no grandstand. So let's take a look now at that fourth race that we have coming up. This will be a time bar of 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Earlier in the opener, I said that this was the race with the Fear the Dragon conditions. Well, Susan made that up because all 4 are sired by Fear the Dragon. See, that's what happens when Susan does things. She just comes up with things like that. So, but all 4 by Fear the Dragon. The number 1 is Scioto. Mitch Cutching will drive. Number 2, Fear the Demon with Trevor Smith. Number 3, Take a Chance Fran with Scott Sisko. And the number 4, Princess Maven. Tyler Smith will drive that horse.
Kind of some nice mares in this, or brood mares in this race. Scioto, the mare is Luck of Michelle, and that horse was a 2-year-old winner in 153 and 1, made $824,000. But she was also the Canadian O'Brien 2-year-old pacing filly of the year in 2006. She was a world champion who has had 11 foals. The 3 horse is out of I Got a Feeling Fran, and that mare earned $569,000, had a mark of 151, and she has 2 foals of racing age. So some nice brood mares. What we talked about before, the good studs coming into the state, but the great brood mares too.
We're starting to see a lot more brood mares with quality that are coming in to be bred to these great sires. So let's pick up the action in race 4.
Lengths as they reach the 5/8. Scioto is second. Fear the Demon is third. Princess Maven continues to trail fourth as they head up the backside. Scott Sisko and Take a Chance Fran opens up by 3. Scioto is second. Third is Fear the Demon. Princess Maven trails fourth. No movement as yet as they race by 3/4. Take a Chance Fran now by 3 lengths into the far turn. They're closing in on the leader at the 3/4 mark. 3/4 in 141 and 2 around the turn. Take a Chance Fran has the lead. Scioto is second. Fear the Demon on the outside. Here comes Princess Maven on the outside. For across the track, and they're all by. Fear the Dragon coming to the line. Take a Chance Fran may have got there. Tied on the outside, a late closing. Fear the Demon, a photo for win.
So race number 4 is in the books, and by a nose, it was Fear the Demon. This time, Trevor Smith was in the bike. Second went to Take a Chance Fran. Third was the only filly in the race, and that was Princess Maven. And finishing fourth was Scioto.
Fractions for that mile were 35, 108 to the half, 141 and 2, and 210. So last half in 2.
So 4 races are complete here at the Fayette County Fairgrounds. We'll take a break and come back with race number 5 after this.
Your animals provide unconditional love. When they hurt, you want the best care available to help them enjoy life again. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center is here for you and for them. From heart disease to cancer, diabetes to broken bones, and 24-hour emergency services, Ohio State's team of experts make a difference in the lives of animals and the family members who love them. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center.
Back at the Fayette County Fairgrounds in Washington Courthouse, this fairground has a lot of history. And earlier today, Susan Schroeder caught up with Bruce Kirk, whose family is a part of that history.
We are back at the Fayette County Fairgrounds talking to Bruce Kirk, who has quite a family history here at the Fayette County.
Yeah, this fairgrounds is, of course, an old fairgrounds. Had a lot of great horses on it, as well as horsemen and drivers, trainers, and there's a lot of history here.
Tell me a little about Belle Mahone.
Belle Mahone, a great family McKinley had. She outproduced 4 world champions and was quite a treat in itself, and at that time was one of the top brood mares around.
And McKinley Kirk, how was he related to you?
He was a great uncle of mine. I actually drove and trained for him coming up through the ranks when I was younger, and of course I drove and trained for Wendell and a lot of other people around town here.
Well, that must have been quite an education for you to train behind a man like that.
Yeah, actually I was very young when I started. I started driving when I was 14. I drove the Matinees at 14, but McKinley used to pick me up on the street corner in New Holland there where the tracks, or his farm track is located, and he'd take me to the fairs and everything. That's how I got started in the horse business, so he made it fun.
At 14, that's pretty young to be sitting behind a horse.
Yeah, actually they used to put a 2x4 across the stirrups, and so I could reach the stirrups and jog my first horse when I was 12 years old. So.
Oh, that's pretty neat. We're standing here by this old grandstand, and you were talking about how they still want to preserve some of the past here at Fayette County Fair, even though you're getting partially new grandstand. Tell us about that.
Yeah, we're redoing the grandstand. It needs something done to it. We didn't want to destroy it or tear it down. We wanted to rehab it as much as we could, and that's what we're in the process of doing now, is getting that done. So thanks to the Fair Board and everything working together to be able to do this.
That is wonderful. There's also a lot of stories about Fayette County in this Harness Racing Stories of Fayette County, which has some about McKinley Kirk and his 4 world champions. And this can be purchased off of Amazon, or I believe at the museum.
Yes, the museum has copies also.
Okay, what is that name of the museum here?
I think called Fayette County Historical Society.
Okay, and you are president of the Fayette County Horsemen?
I am. I've been president for about the last 10 years.
And what does that all entail? What do you do here?
Well, it's just to keep things going, keep equipment up, and the track and everything like this is just take care of the horsemen.
And you guys do a great job. You have some nice barns here, and the track's always in great shape.
Yes, the Fair Board works very well with us, so we can keep everything going and keep it up to date.
Thank you, Bruce Kirk, and now we'll shoot it back to Frank.
We are set for the 5th from the Fayette County Fairgrounds. This will be a time bar of 2 minutes and 20 seconds for these 4 pacers. The number 1 is Wink Me Love by Fear the Dragon. The number 2, Yankee Panky by Yankee Cruiser. The number 3 is Racing Bear, which is a Racing Hill. And number 4, Anne's Marina Del Rey, is by Big Bad John. The mare for the number 1, Wink Me Love, is Express Jet. She took a mark of 151 and 1 and earned over $200,000. The number 2, Fran Anna, is the mother of I Got a Feeling Fran, who was the mother of a filly in the last race. And the number 3, Teddy Bear Picnic, the second foal of racing age for Teddy Bear Picnic. And the number 4, the mare Cross Threaded, has had 5 foals. So let's pick up the action for race number 5.
As they pass the stands for the first time and race on over to the half, Tyler Smith and Wink Me Love now by 10. Yankee Panky is second. Racing Bear third. Ans Marina Delroy trails the field. They're halfway home. They move into the turn and head to the 5/8. At the half in 109, Wink Me Love the lead. Yankee Panky second. Racing Bear and Ans Marina Delroy up the backside to the 3/4. Wink Me Love with the lead. Yankee Panky second. Racing Bear third. Ans Marina Delroy trails the field. They near the 3/4 mark. It's Wink Me Love. The Roan filly opens up by a good dozen to 15. Yankee Panky second. Racing Bear third. Ans Marina Delroy trails the field at the 3/4 in 1:43. They circle the far turn. Wink Me Love is all alone on the front end. Racing Bear on the outside. Yankee Panky is third. Ans Marina Delroy trails. Coming to the line, Wink Me Love.
In the 5th, the winner was Wink Me Love with the bright orange harness of the Brian Haynes stable. Finishing second, it was Yankee Panky. Third was Racing Bear. And fourth was Anna Marina Del Rey. And in that race, it was all Wink Me Love. Right from the start, just took off and opened up and really won easily.
Yeah, she was up by 10 at the half and up by 15 at the 3/4 and just retained that position. The fractions for that race were 36 and 2. 109, 123, mile in 2:12 and 4.
In the 6th, we'll have a time bar of 2:23. Only 2 horses, though, in this race. The 3rd, the number 3, Judge Scooty, has been scratched. The number 1 will be Second in Command, trained and driven by Bucky Trout. And the number 2, Spirit Begonia, will be trained and driven by Jason Haynes.
And this is a 2:23 time bar, and it's interesting because we have a 4-year-old and a 3-year-old in this race, so it's a little bit more mature, but not as experienced because they have no starts.
So let's pick up the action of race 6.
Second in Command, racing second. On to the 3/4. Spirit Begonia, the leader for Jason Haynes. Second in Command, Bucky Trout, is second. By 3/4 at the 3/4 mark. 147 and 3, a little better than an eighth of a mile to trot. Spirit Begonia, the leader. Second in Command is second. Down the stretch, a trot. It is all Spirit in Begonia. The 3-year-old Bay filly by Southwind Spirit will take the 6th. Second in Command will be home second.
Not much to really recap there in that 6th race, as only 2 horses were involved. Judge Scooty was scratched, but it was Spirit Begonia winning the race, as Second in Command had a break at the start and at the finish. And an older horse, but hasn't raced.
Must be something about this 4-year-old that Bucky Trout and owners, the Drakes, like, because they're keeping on trying with him. Fractions for that mile were 30. This was a 2:23 time bar, so fractions were 38 to the quarter, 113 and 3, 147 and 3, and mile in 2:19 and 3.
We'll take a break and we'll be back with race 7 after this.
Racing is back at Eldorado Scioto Downs. Catch the excitement all summer long. Live racing every Tuesday through Saturday afternoon. First post time is 3:15. Mark your calendar to see the future stars with a $150,000 Next Generation July 4th. 2-year-old trotters and pacers begin their careers in the Next Generation. Horse players earn points with a new Caesars Reward program. Eldorado Scioto Downs. Live racing is back.
Welcome back to the Fayette County Fairgrounds in Washington Courthouse. Earlier today, Susan Schroeder had a chance to catch up with Cheryl Haynes, who has a history of training not only horses, but also in the squared circle.
Thanks, Frank. We're back on the backside of the Fayette County Fairgrounds talking to Cheryl Haynes, who not only brought his equine athletes here, but has some interesting stories about the athletics in their family. So you got a scholarship for what?
For boxing at Michigan State, 1955 through 59.
And you were involved in boxing a long time.
Yes, I was trained at Gary, Indiana by Chuck Adkins, who won the Olympics in '52, and also several professional fighters that trained at Gary. And then I went from there to Michigan State and was there 4 years on a full scholarship, and went to the Nationals and the pre-Olympics in '56.
What got you interested in boxing?
My father raced horses. Our family's been racing horses 100 years. My dad was a boxer way back in the 20s.
Well, that's really interesting. And you said your son?
And my son Jason, who is now driving in that and is here today, went to the Nationals as a decathlete, and he competed against the guy that won the Olympics decathletes the following year.
Do you notice any similarities between training the horses and training yourselves?
Yes, I think it helps because you understand how much you can do and the extent of injuries, and it gives you a better understanding of how a horse may feel, even though I can't tell you about it.
I would imagine you know how you recover from a race, so that might help with the recovery of the horses too?
Not only that, but the fact that if they're hurting someplace and you're hurting someplace, you can't compete to your full ability. So, and also they need a rest, just like with Jason. We found it as he got farther into being a decathlete that he had to have a 6 weeks period between the meets because of the 10 events that you have to do.
Well, that's very interesting. Shows you the combination or the correlation between humans and horses. So thanks, and back to you, Frank.
We get set for race number 7, a time bar of 2 minutes and 12 seconds. The number 1 is Sweet P. Fran. Scott Cisco will drive. The number 2, Corner the Market. Tyler Smith will be in the bike. Number 3, Gator at the Well, is a 3-year-old in this race. Mary Burkhold will drive, and the number 4, Mitch Cushing, will drive Nacho Mama. The number 1, Sweet Pea Fran, is by Yankee Cruiser. The number 2, Corner the Market, by Pet Rock. The number 3, Gator at the Well, by Well Said. And the number 4, Nacho Mama, is by Fear the Dragon. Number 2, the mare Corner Stand, has had 10 foals, including 2 that won over $200,000 and 4 that were $100,000 winners. The $200,000 winners were Feeling Cornered, that won $276,079, and Corner Con Artist, which won just over $200,000. The number 3, the mare Bangkok Babe, has had 11 foals, including Beluga Babe, which was a winner of $187,000, and Nacho Mama's mom, Joe's Miss Daisy, took a mark of 154 and earned $218,000 in her lifetime. Let's pick up race number 7.
Sweet Pea Fran racing second, Nacho Mama third, and Corner the Market trails the field fourth, but only 5 lengths off the lead, and taking a peek to the outside is the trailer Corner the Market. Into the turn, they move on over to the 5/8. It's Gator at the Well leading away but 2 lengths. Sweet Pea Fran is second, third Nacho Mama, fourth Corner the Market. Halfway home, 108 and 3/5. Down the backside they go. Gator at the Well has the lead. Racing second is Sweet Pea Fran. Out and on the move on the outside. Closing in on the leaders, his Corner the Market was fourth, now third on the outside. Into the far turn, Gator at the Well with the lead. Corner the Market on the outside, Nacho Mama around the turn. Sweet Pea Fran, 3/4 in 1:44, a little better than an 1/8 of a mile to come. Closing on the outside as the field turns for home. Sweet Pea Fran with the lead. Nacho Mama, Sweet Pea Fran coming to the line. It is Sweet Pea Fran, late closing Corner the Market.
Race 7 is in the books, and we saw the familiar wave from Scott Sisko as he came down the stretch to signal the win and say hi to Mom back home. So Scott does that whenever he wins on the fair circuit. He'll signal Mom to let her know everything was okay. So Sweet Pea Fran was the winner. Second was Corner the Market. Third, Gator at the Well. And fourth was Nacho Mama. They went the mile in 2:12, which is what the time bar was. So that'll take us to race number 8. This race we will have 2 trotters and 1 pacer. The number 1, Spicy Begonia, a trotter by Enterprise, is trained by Cheryl Haynes, driven by Jason Haynes. The number 2, Solstice Begonia, is a pacer, and that is a Racing Hill. Eric Haynes owns and drives Solstice Begonia, number 2. And number 3 is Head Honcho Bro. Mark Winters trains. His son, Mark Winters Jr., will drive the triumphant Caviar. But before race 8, let's head over to Susan Schroeder, who's with a young guest.
We are trackside at the Fayette County Fairgrounds with Lainey Dawes, who is working in the Standardbred 4-H project for this year. I understand we're gonna work with Kathy and Jeff Smith. Is that right?
Yes.
And what do you want to learn about harness racing? You want to learn how to drive
Yeah.
and put the harness on?
Mhm.
You're also interested in their after racing careers.
Yes.
What do you want to do with that?
I want to break them out of the racing and going into showing like on their back.
What kind of riding do you like to do? Do you like English or Western?
Both.
You do both. Oh, that's interesting. And do you think Standardbreds can do it both?
Mhm. Yeah. Mhm.
I think you're absolutely right. But first you're going to learn to harness them, and then you're going to learn to drive. How fast do you think that you'll go out here when you're driving?
2 minutes and 40 seconds.
Whoa, that's pretty fast. Are you going to be able to handle that? Good. Okay, and we are going to
Race 8.
Begonia is third, nearing the 3/4 mark. Out and on the move on the outside, Head Honcho Bo. This is a 2-year-old bait colt by Triumphant Caviar. Moves up on the outside and grabs a lean as he enters the far turn. Solstice Begonia second, Spicy Begonia third. At the 3/4, 1:55 and 3. They're off the turn. They're on their way home. Head Honcho Bo leads it and opens up. It is Head Honcho Bo, the 2-year-old bait colt by Triumphant Caviar, drawing away with every stride.
The 8th race went to Head Honcho Bo with Mark Winters Jr. in the bike in 2:27 and 3. Second went to Solstice Begonia with Spicy Begonia finishing third.
fractions for this mile were 41 seconds, 1:17 and 3, 1:55 and 3, and 2:27 and 3. Head Honcho Bo sat nice and pulled up the backside, and when he pulled up, he went forward with authority.
One of 2 trotters in the race, sired by Triumphant Caviar. The other one, Spicy Begonia, which finished third, was sired by Enterprise. Number 2 was a pacer by Racing Hill. 2 more races to go, and we'll be back with those after this message.
Racing is back at Eldorado Scioto Downs. Catch the excitement all summer long. Live racing every Tuesday through Saturday afternoon. First post time is 3:15. Mark your calendar to see the future stars with a $150,000 Next Generation July 4th. 2-year-old trotters and pacers begin their careers in the next generation. Horse players earn points with a new Caesars Reward program. Eldorado Scioto Downs. Live racing is back.
Welcome back to the Fayette County Fairgrounds, joined now by Dr. Robert Schwartz, who is the president of the Fair Board here at the Fayette County Fairgrounds, and ended up being a good day of racing. We were a little worried early on, and so far, good races.
Frank, I'm very happy so far. We got over an inch of rain last night, and we were very nervous about the program today, but it's a little cool. We haven't had to put any water on the track, and so far it's been a very safe and successful day, I feel.
With that much rain on the track and worrying about it, it's nice to have horsemen that are stabled here and care about the tracks, that they can go out and put in the effort in the morning to make sure this is raceable.
We've got a very good group of horsemen here, and they work very diligently on the track. We're very fortunate. We've got a good clay base and a lot of limestone on top of it, and we can stand a lot of water, more than most facilities, so we're very pleased with that.
You're the president of the fair board here, and you guys are undergoing a pretty major task right now, trying to get this grandstand back repaired and ready to go for the fair. How's it coming along? And this thing's been around a while and needed some work, didn't it?
This grandstand, the best we can estimate, this thing was constructed in 1890. And obviously there were some things that needed fixed and repaired. We're trying to make it a lot more pleasurable for people and spectators. We're installing some new ramps with handrails. We were really not in compliance as far as the handicap codes and accessibility. We're fixing all that. We're putting a new roof on it, installing a new lighting program. We're going to put a ceiling in it, hopefully to keep birds from nesting in the trusses and messing up the seats. So it's been a major project, and we just we're going to have it done by the fair somehow. We've got to have it done by the fair.
That was going to be my next question. Looking at it right now, and we'll have some video of it, going to get it done by then?
We're going to get it done. We've got all the material on the grounds. We just got to get it constructed and get all of the appointments up, but we'll get it done.
Now you're also a part of Midland Acres. Driving down today, I drove by the farm, and you get to see all the yearlings and the foals out in the fields. Where are you on the year this year? All the foals on the ground yet, or you still got a few more?
We still got a few foals to go, but we're 90% foaled out. We're going to have right at between 190 and 200 foals this year. It's been a good year at Midland Acres. We're going to breed over 500 mares. We have 3 stallions that are booked full and closed, and we've never had that before. But it's been a good year.
Just talks about what harness racing is in the state of Ohio and where it's going.
Well, I think we're the place to be right now. If you look at the people that are racing here and the quality of stock that we have, you look at Charlie May last year, what he done, and down by the seaside, his foals, Gulf Shores. I think the future is very bright for Ohio. We just don't stub our toe and keep going in the right direction. But I'm very upbeat about the state of Ohio right now.
Well, I want to thank you for your time. Let's send it back to Susan for race 9.
Race 9 is next with a time bar of 2:15. There are 5 horses in this race. Santastic Cruiser has the rail with Tyler Smith for trainer Brett Schwartz. The 2 horses, Nice and High, Mitch Cushing will drive for trainer John Ackley. The 3 is Shanghai Wiggles, Trevor Smith in the bike for trainer Brett Schwartz. Hill of Dreams will come out of the 4-hole with Andre Nared in the bike. Dan Conkrite is the trainer. And Hill High has the 5-hole. Charles Boland will drive. Mark Winters is the trainer. Santastic's Cruiser, who is out of the mare Santastic's Filly, produced Allie's Cruiser, who is by Yankee Cruiser, with a record of 150-4, made $241,000. The 3-horse, Shanna Pants, produced Mr. Wiggle Pants, $474,000, and Sassy Osborne, $208,000. Native Dream, the dam of Hill of Dreams, the 4-horse. First foal was Leon David, who got a mark of 49-3, made $141,000. And the 5-horse dam, the Lady Said Win, produced a Western Terrier named Lady Say Win, who made $80,000. So that is the field for the 9th, and they'll be coming right up.
Sir. Get on over to the 5/8. Fantastic Cruiser with the lead. 1:10-3 for the half. Fantastic Cruiser on the outside. Hill of Dreams is second. Third, Hill High. Next and fourth. Up the backside, Shawnee Wiggles. Trailing the field is Nice and High. By the 3/4, they move into the far turn. 3/4, 1:43 on the outside. Fantastic Cruiser, Hill of Dreams on the inside. Fantastic Cruiser, Hill of Dreams. Hill High on the outside is second. Third is Shawnee Wiggles. Less than 1/8 of a mile to pace. Fantastic Cruiser has the lead. Hill High second. Fantastic Cruiser on the line. Fantastic Cruiser, Tyler Smith.
Ninth race is in the books, and unofficially ninth race in the books. Fantastic Cruiser was the winner. Tyler Smith driving, edging out his brother Trevor Smith, who was behind Shawnee Wiggles. Finishing third was Hill of Dreams. Nice and High finished fourth, and Hill High finished fifth.
Fractions for that mile were 31-3, 1:10-3, 1:43, and 2:12-2. So a nice last half.
So we'll take a look at our 10th race, a pace time bar of 2:13. The number one is Rock the Rust Off, trained by Brett Schwartz. Dylan Fagan will drive. Rock the Rust Off is by Pet Rock. Number 2 is High Splendor by Nob Hill High, trained by John Ackley. Scott Cisco will try to point to Mom again with a win. He'll be driving. The number 3 is Go Tell Murph, trained by Mark Winters. His son, Mark Winters Jr., will drive the Nob Hill High. And the number 4 is Staying with the Wind, which was sired by Stay Hungry in Pennsylvania. John Ackley trains that horse as well.
The one-horse mare is Rusty again, the dam of Rock the Rust Off. And she herself had a mark of 52-3 and made $266,000 plus. She's had 7 foals and 4 of them had raced. Private Splendor is the dam of High Splendors coming out of the 2-hole. And she's had 9 foals and one of them has made over $100,000. Angels Have Wings has had 11 foals, and that is the dam of Go Tell Murph, who's coming out of the 3-hole. Her best foal was How About Murph, who's made over $100,000. And the 4-horse, the Stay Hungry, out of the mare called Windsong Faloo, has had she herself made $345,000, and she has had multiple $100,000 winners.
Now, before we get to the 10th race, we're going to be back here in July for the Fayette County Fair. And we had a chance to talk to Lisa Schwartz a little earlier about a different kind of racing that's going to take place here at the Fayette County Fair. Welcome back to the Fayette County Fairgrounds, and joined again by Lisa Schwartz, who talked to us earlier. But this time you're here to talk to us about wiener dogs.
Wiener dog racing at the Fayette County Fair will be Wednesday during our fair, which is the 20th of July. Now, wiener dogs are very popular here. You can see the trophy. It's quite large, and the purse for the winning wiener dog, the champion wiener dog, gets $1,000 and a prize package from Red Collar, who's the dog food manufacturer here in town. You must register your wiener dog on the Fayette County Fair's website by July the 15th, and it's the first 50 dogs to enter.
Will you get 50 dogs to enter?
We'll probably get more than 50 dogs for a $1,000 purse. I'm going to say they're going to come from everywhere.
How do these wiener dogs race? Does Mike Wepkenberg have a starting gate that he drives?
Mike Wepkenberg has a wiener dog starting gate that he has custom fitted for 10 dogs in raceway colors, just like at the standardbred racetracks. Number 1 is red, 2 is blue, and we'll put 10 dogs in a gate. We'll have race-offs at noon, so the first 50 dogs, and then the top 10, 2 from each race, will come back for the final and the $1,000 grand prize.
So if you like wiener dogs, make sure you're out to watch the wiener dogs here at the Fayette County Fair.
Field of Pacers, straight alignment as they come on over to the half. On top of the field, Go Tell Murph, the leader. Rock the Rust Off, sits the pocket second. High Splendor third, Stain with a win, trails the field fourth. They're halfway home in 1:10. Into the turn to the 5/8. the leader. Go Tell Murph. Rock the Rust Off second. High Splendor third. Staying with the wind. Trails the field and moves to the outside. Up the backside they go with the lead. Go Tell Murph. Rock the Rust Off is second. Out and on the move. Stayed with the win. From fourth to third. Shuffled the last is High Splendor. At the 3/4 mark. Into the far turn. Showing the way is Go Tell Murph. Rock the Rust Off is second. Staying with the Wind is third. Racing around the turn. High Splendor the inside. At the 3/4, 145 and 4. Field of Pacers turn for home. Go Tell Murph with the lead. Rock the Rust Off. Staying with the Wind on the outside. Coming to the line. Go Tell Murph. Go Tell Murph to win it.
The 10th and final race of the day from the Fayette County Fairgrounds goes to Go Tell Murph, the only filly in the race by Nob Hill High, trained by Mark Winters, driven by Mark Winters Jr. Finishing second was Rock the Rust Off. Third was Staying with the Wind, and High Splendor finished fourth.
Fractions were 35 and 3, 110, 145 and 4, mile in 2:14. So that's the last quarter in 29 seconds flat.
That wraps it up from the Fayette County Fairgrounds as we complete our second Matinee Madness. We have two coming for you next weekend. Saturday we'll be at Greenville for the start at 12 o'clock. Then it's Urbana at 1 o'clock for two more matinees in the state of Ohio, and just another chance for these young 2-year-olds to get out.
Yep, everybody today behaved themselves really well, and it was a great experience, and that's what you want at a matinee.
We want to thank the Fayette County Harness Horsemen's Association, Brett and Robin Schwartz, Dr. Bob and Lisa Schwartz, and all the horsemen here at the Fairgrounds. For Matt Clark and Susan Schroeder, I'm Frank Froz saying thanks for being with us for Matinee Madness. We'll see you for two of them next week right here on the OHHA Facebook channel. Have a good evening, everyone. This has been Matinee Madness. Matinee Madness is presented by the Ohio State University Veterinary Medical Center and Eldorado Scioto Downs. Matinee Madness is a presentation of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association.